What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. Today we're going to be starting off our FUT Champs games. I actually got through 36 or 37 FUT Champs games on this account in total. I was only going to go to 13 wins and stop. I managed to hit 11 and 1. We were 9 and 1 after our first 10. You've already seen that gameplay. I went to 11 and 1. I was like, sweet, it gets 13, stop. But then I went from 11 and 1 to 12 and 5. I collapsed. I had some problems. I just struggled, man. I just struggled. I'm not built to play an obscene amount of games in a short space of time. I just don't have the capabilities to do so. But I ended up playing through Sunday night. I got a lot of games. Started going up towards Gold 1. I hit Gold 1 with 6 games left. I was 25 and 9. Which was sick. I was like, damn, man, like I might actually get elite here. And then I lost 3 games in a row. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning, man. I don't know what happened, man. I fell apart. Before I get into the comments for today's videos, actually, let me get the one that I want to talk about first. Yeah, there we go. Before I get into the first comment, first of all, if you guys drop a thumbs up, it'd be amazing. Second of all, one of the top comments from the last video that you guys would have watched was about the repetitiveness of this series, and it had a lot of like sentiments of people that agreed. It had a lot of people that disagreed. But I just, I'm not opposed to hearing your guys' opinions, both positive and negative. You know, I do take on board constructive criticism. When people are just dicks and try and mask it as constructive criticism, yeah, I don't take kindly to that. But when people just are genuinely like, hey man, like it's a lot of the same stuff, and Road to Glories are a lot of the same stuff, you know what I mean? But I take on board what you're saying, and this week gone, actually, I tried to change it up quite a bit. I did a lot of live episodes, and in fact, I've tried to change it up a bit anyway by, first of all, doing like a Q&A session over gameplay and such, and then secondly, going live onto the account to give like real-time feedback on the account. So I tried to change that up a little bit more, but I hear you guys, for those of you that are finding this a bit samey, because I do talk about a lot of the same stuff, but a lot of the same stuff is due to be talked about because it's relevant regularly. For example, one of the observations that the person that had some concerns with the series made was the fact that I talk a lot about the difference between Gold 1 and Elite 3, and at times Gold 1's better and Elite 3's better, and like I do mention that from time to time, more than once I have done. But personally, I do it because there are weeks where Gold 1's better and week where Elite 3 would be better. Like this week just gone, Elite 3 would be better because there's Ronaldo and Neymar in packs. But this week coming, Gold 1, in my opinion, would be better if I can't get to Elite 1. You know, so I do talk about the same sort of stuff quite often. But I actually think more specifically, recently, I've had a lot of like unique videos in there that I've not done ever before. The video showing about the chemistry and the chem styles and how I personally think they work. We had a couple of live games. I'm playing with some new players. We're buying and selling new Team of the Years and stuff. And I personally thought, I think it's been changed up a little bit. So I'd like to hear your guys' honest opinions about where you'd like to see this go, or whether or not you think that it's still in a great place. I enjoy doing what I do here. I enjoy the question and answer section. And although some questions come up more often than others, I also know that a lot of people don't watch every single video. I know some of you watch every single video, but I know a lot of people don't watch every single video. So in that essence, sometimes it's important to talk about some stuff that other people might have missed that don't have the benefit of knowing what we're talking about all the time. But anyway, the first comment that I want to read today is from Keon Boss. He says, hey Nep. Hey Keon. He says, can you talk about the new legends? And which one, if any, you'd like to get? And also, has there been any skill upgrades? So does anyone in the squad have any skill refreshes? Well, interestingly, the database update that EA made late last night, by the time you're watching this, has been reverted back to the regular, or the most recent database, because I think EA screwed up, dude. I think they were supposed to do weak foot and skill move upgrades, but just getting it prepared. I don't think they were actually supposed to release it, so they reverted back. However, what we got was a sneak preview of brand new legends. Diego Maradona will be in the game as a 95 rated card. Zinedine Zidane will be in the game as a 94 rated card. But I would assume that they're not coming into the game in FIFA 17 and are actually coming into the game in FIFA 18. It would be of my opinion that they were the two marquee legend signings that EA were going to base a lot of promotional work for FIFA 18 around. And it's also my opinion now that EA have just absolutely burnt themselves on that one, because now people are going to be expecting it, so there's no hype around that. There were some other legends that we saw in the game. David Beckham, Thierry Henry, and regular Ronaldo. Ronaldo de Lima, Fat Ronaldo, R9 Ronaldo. He was also in the game. They weren't their original ratings. Ronaldo was an 87 rated, Beckham an 81, Henry an 80. Now in previous iterations of FIFA, Henry has had plenty of 80 rated cards. David Beckham has had plenty of 81 rated cards, mostly at LA Galaxy and for Henry at Red Bulls. And Ronaldo hasn't had an 81 rated and a 79 rated card in Ultimate Team back in 10 and 11. But the last time he had an 87 rated item in the game was actually in FIFA 08, I believe, when it was just in head-to-head. Like, it wasn't, it was just part of the head-to-head unit. He has never had an 87 rated Ultimate Team card. So for those legends, I wonder if that was literally just a mistake on EA's part. I wonder if they're maybe trying to negotiate the rights for those, or if they're not trying to negotiate the rights for those players. I literally wonder if that was just a database error on that part. But for Zidane and Maradona, they came in with a 94 and a 95 rated item. They had, the rating you would expect. And very interestingly, which again kind of makes me think it was more of a database error than anything else, you could see these legends on PlayStation for the first time ever. Now, does this mean that in FIFA 18, legends are going to be on PlayStation? I don't know. Or was this simply a screw up on EA's part? Did they just make a mistake and have got everyone's hopes up? Maybe. I don't know. Again, I genuinely don't know what the situation is there. Again, if you were asking for my honest opinion, I don't think legends are coming to PlayStation in FIFA 18. As far as I'm aware, Xbox have exclusive rights to legends until FIFA 18, but they also have first refusal at exclusive rights again, which basically means if they want exclusive rights again, they can have them. But of course, they have to pay a premium for those exclusive rights. So whether or not they actually do that, I couldn't tell you. What does that mean for me personally? It doesn't really mean anything. I'd probably stay on Xbox now. Like, PlayStation is a console I came from. PlayStation is a console I use the most. The reason why I switched to Xbox was because of Legends. But now I probably wouldn't switch back because of the fact that if I were to switch back, everything I've got on this account, this is the second full year on this account because I don't do coins anymore, so I don't get banned. Happy days. I wouldn't get any welcome back packs. If EA ever did introduce like something to do with retro FIFA or whatever, I wouldn't get any benefits of that. I couldn't go back on and do past club tours and stuff because I just would have nothing in the club. So I'd probably personally stick to Xbox even if Legends came on PlayStation. Which one, if any, would I like to get? For me, Maradona's I like one of the all-time greats, no question about it. But being an Englishman and the hand of God, it's hard for me to say that, yeah, I'd love to use Maradona. And in actual fact, I don't even use Pele. I prefer to use players that I like and I've loved in real life. I didn't really see much of Pele in my time. I'm too young. I might be old, but I'm still too young for Pele. And very much the same with Maradona. Maradona's career was winding down as I was a young boy. I didn't really see much of him when I was growing up. But players like Beckham and Henry and Zidane, I would love to play with those cards. In fact, of any legends that we could have in the game, I would more so enjoy Beckham and Henry than anybody else. Henry is my favourite player ever in the history of the world. Thierry Henry is my number one player. And David Beckham, just as a humanitarian and as a football player and as an ambassador for the game and as an English cult hero due to what he done for the England national team, how he transformed a lot of the way football was played in the Premiership with his ingenious passing and crossing. I absolutely love David Beckham. I would consider Beckham and Henry probably to be my number one and number two players ever. So if we could get those as legends, Henry would be a legend. I don't have legends on this account, right? I don't buy them. We Pat Landon on him and I sold him. Why? Because I don't feel a connection with them. Whereas I could use Dennis Bergkamp, I just prefer to use Ibrahimovic, right? But if Henry got a legend card, I would literally stay on this account or a brand new account in FIFA 18, playing games, trading, earning as many coins as possible until I could afford that Henry card, and then I would literally play every game with him forever. Like, he would be the person that got 1,000 games, 1,000 goals, 1,000 assists. He would be Mr. Captain Fantastic for me personally. The rest of the question says, also there has been skill upgrades. Does anyone in the squad have any skill refreshes? It was actually skill moves and weak foot upgrades, which got reverted. Ousmane Dembele went up to 5-star, 5-star, so he's going to be an interesting one. Heung-min Son went up to 4-star skill moves. So if EA do re-release these skill moves, my Son will get 4-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves, 5-star weak foot, which would honestly make me rethink the whole team. I've said to you guys a lot, one of the main reasons why Son although I've loved him, why he doesn't get a lot more game time is because that 4-star skill moves is imperative in my opinion in this FIFA. Saying that, I'm using Torres and Lukaku up front right now, and they're both 3-star each, but you get where I'm coming from. And then the other person that had a huge change was, for me personally, was Lacazette. Got upgraded to 4-star, 4-star from 4-star skill moves and 3-star weak foot. He now gets a 4-star weak foot, which I absolutely love. So if that goes back to a 4-star, 4-star, again, one of the reasons why we started playing with the off-chem, no-chem, low-chem team was because of players like Jonas and Lacazette and Al Sommer. So yeah, I definitely have a little rethink about that and put those sort of players back into the team. So yeah, thank you for your question. Ed TLG says, hey Nep. Ed, hey. I believe the EA should have released more than just a FUT Birthday SBC in the average packs for FUT Birthday, as it is quite annoying how players such as myself haven't got that many coins, and there are 3 new SBC players they released. El Shaarawy, David Luiz and Fernando Torres are extremely expensive. I think it would have been cool to have it like FUTmas, where new players could be released every day. Have one cheap player is okay, one normal price SBC with a decent player, and one pricey one that is a good player. Would love to hear your thoughts. Yeah, I think regardless of what you say there, I think it would have been nice for them to do that. But I think in general they've ruined the hype of FUT Birthday by giving us everything on that Friday and then nothing since. What are we getting now? We get those daily SBCs that are very easy to do and offer very negligible rewards to work towards the main pack, the 125k pack at the end of the 8 days. And that's pretty cool. But other than that, every day they're doing nothing. Like, we got all the brand new players and all the SBCs on the Friday, and that's it. So for a FUT Birthday celebration that should be 8 days long, we are literally getting bottom feeder style SBCs every day. I think what would have been a little more prudent would have been to release El Shaarawy on the Friday, and then Torres on the Monday, and then David Luiz on the Thursday, and like you suggested, maybe a player every day or a couple of players every day that are affordable but not quite good. Like there are what, around like 18 or 20 birthday cards. It would have been amazing if every single day they did a SBC pack where you completed the SBC and what you got was a pack that contained one of those birthday cards, any one of them. So if you did it every single day, it's non-refreshable. You can only do it one time every 24 hours over the course of the 8 days. You might get yourself 8 versions of Schürrle, but make it untradeable. And you might get, not Schürrle, S-Vine. You might get 8 S-Vines, so you'd have to end up using them in the other SBC or discarding them for no coin value. But I think that would have been more interesting than what they've done here, because it would have kept the hype around FUT Birthday. But like day one, I got out videos with Torres and El Shaarawy, and they got incredible amounts of views on my main channel. Day 2, I released my David Luiz SBC video and it got half the views because the hype had already died. Within 12 hours, the hype of FUT Birthday had gone because EA had just given us everything at once. It was a little. I think they've done this a few times, and I think they've made an error in judgment with how they think we want the content and what works for them. I think they're struggling to get the right balance in that. But hey, this is the first year for SBCs, the first year we've had anything like this. I enjoy the content, I love the new players, and I would hope that next year EA would change the way they kind of give the stuff out. But at the same time, I do think that the EA have still done a fantastic job with content this year. Thomas Servini says, hey, you said on your main channel about getting matched up against TAS, and you said he's not on your level. However, there are only 300 or so players that are on his level, and at some point TAS will have to be matched up against players who aren't his level, otherwise he would get matched up against anyone. So that's why I think the matching system is based off the Glico system, and then luck. Love to hear your opinion. I know for a fact it's not based off the Glico system. The Glico 2 system is used to generate skill points, and skill points are used to determine who finishes above who when players finish on the same number of wins. I've had it confirmed to me by an EA representative that the Glico system is not used in matchmaking whatsoever, which means there is a matchmaking system, but it is not the Glico system. There is an ELO system in place. It is based on success. But due to the fact that people match up against each other like that, there is no other competitive game in esports where you match up against someone within seconds. Every single competitive esports game mode requires minutes, sometimes hours. If you're a top tier League of Legends player, you might have to wait sometimes 30 to 45 minutes to get a game with someone like players on your level. With Overwatch, it takes sometimes 3 to 5 minutes to find a game. With League of Legends, it takes like in bronze and silver tier, it will take you 1 to 2 minutes to find a game, and there are hundreds of thousands of players in that level. So the fact that in FIFA it takes you a second to find a game means that matchmaking, although it might be there, it is not priority number one. Priority number one is just finding a game quickly and matching someone up against an opponent, I would assume, with a decent ping or a decent connection to each other. Although that's also relatively debatable at this stage. The next comment is from Icelandic Movie Maker. He says, you say that you don't want to spend 900,000 coins on an untradeable player, yet you've already spent 900,000 coins on an SBC Torres. Where's the logic in that? Well, first and foremost, I didn't spend 900,000 coins on Torres. He cost me about 400,000 coins, maybe 450,000 coins. And second of all, Torres is a very unique card in the sense that he's not going to get any more special, or he's definitely not going to get a Team of the Season card. He might get an inform here or there, but he won't be getting a Team of the Season card, whereas David Luiz is probably going to get a Team of the Season card. So David Luiz is going to get a higher rated version this year that is going to probably cost less than the 900,000 coins that it would cost me to do an untradeable SBC version of him, which is where the logic comes in there. I'm all for getting players that might help me, and like in retrospect, Torres wasn't worth it. Nor was El Shaarawy, nor was Lukaku, because all I've done there is I've dumped coins into 3 players that are going to play 100 to 200 games for me maximum, and then Team of the Season is going to come about, and my entire setup is going to change. Literally, when Team of the Season comes out, I would be very surprised even if I'm still using Hazard, if I'm still using Son, if I'm still using these SBC cards, this Ibrahimovic card, if I'm still using the Harry Kane or the Dele Alli, the Inform Winston Reed that I've got. I'd be very surprised if I'm still using those players because Team of the Season is going to change the game. And that's why going forwards, I will still get every player of the month just because I've got all of them so far and I want to collect all of them this year. I think that'll be a lot of fun. But for other SBCs, I've got to be done at this stage. Otherwise, what I'm going to end up doing is just running out of coins for Team of the Season and then not being able to afford the best Team of the Season cards and having to settle for the mid-tier Team of the Season cards and being frustrated with myself that I dumped too much money into SBC cards. That's my logic behind that one, dude. Salman Shafqat Wasim. What a great name. He says, get David Villa. Yeah. In the same sense I just said I won't be dumping money into SBCs, I don't mind buying players that I can sell again because I can sell them. I might lose a little money on tax or deflation. I might make profit on inflation. But David Villa and Torres up front would be a nice partnership. 5-star, 4-star for David Villa, incredible stats. Obviously gets a soft link into Torres. I think I'd be down for that. I think I'd be down to test that out. He does look like a good card. 6 Beer Bukes says, hey Nep, you scrolled through your club several times in the past episode and seeing all those unused SBC cards was quite painful. So maybe it would be a fun idea to make a cheap team around your SBC cards once a week and play the knockout tournament. Would be a fun way to mix things up and use a variety of players. Love the content. Why not? Why not, dude? If I can find the time during the week to build a team and play the knockout tournament, yeah, why not? Great idea. Fantastic stuff. And then the last comment is from... Let me get this right. It's going to be difficult. Fuk, Duk, Fuk, Fidot, Dido, Fuk. Think I got that right. Let me try it again. Fuk, Duk, Fuk, Fidido, Fuk. Okay? I'll spell it out for you. FKDK, FKF, IDI, DO, FL, FFK. So, he says, or she, or gender neutral, I don't mind. They said, them said, it said, those said. I play an online draft on another account. Genius. And I won and packed Neymar and some other stuff. Other stuff is great. I love other stuff. And I have 400,000 coins on that account and I want to transfer the money. Can I do something special to not be coin whipped or banned? He said whipped. I think he meant wiped, but he said whipped. No, you can't do anything special to not be coin wiped or banned. I would just say sell bronzes to yourself for around 4,000 to 5,000 coins each that are currently used in SBCs. So any La Liga, BPL, French League, Saudi League, Dutch League, Scottish League, any of the league SBC bronzes that you've got, I would say sell them. Don't sell them to yourself for 10,000 coins. You're going to raise flags a lot quicker, a lot easier like that. But if you wanted to transfer the coins, and I'm not necessarily saying you should do this or that you will get away with doing this, but if you're going to do it, I would say take those League SBC bronze cards and sell them to yourself for around a value of 4,000 to 5,000 coins rather than for that whack of 10,000 coins a time. That would be my personal advice. Anyway, guys, we are winding down on the gameplay right now. This evening that I was playing the games, I was playing all these games on Sunday. I was struggling. One thing I noted though, which I briefly touched on at the start of the video, I lost 12 games this weekend on this account. In 10 of those 12 games, I was leading at one stage or another. If I can really figure out a way, because what happens is when I score, my ego kicks in, and I'm like, hell yeah, I'm the best. Obviously, let me go and score again. And what that usually entails is me then going up the field, having the attacking mindset, getting countered, conceding, getting mad, like, oh my god, this guy scored with his only attack, letting that mad attitude take over and ruin me, and then losing the game because I'm angry at myself. I got angry at myself for doing something stupid when I had the lead. So hopefully this week, I'm going to try and break myself out of that natural instinct of trying to score more goals. And when I take a lead in a game that is clearly a solid opponent, take the necessary steps to just kind of remove the opportunity for them to get back into the game. That's going to be my task for the week. But anyway, guys, this is going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.